The other day, I saw a movie on Netflix, and it was about a group that I had never heard before. Now, being a veteran myself, it kind of piqued my interest. And so, as I began to watch the 6th Triple Eight Battalion, it really surprised me that this group and their contribution to the war effort in World War II, and just how great a job they did. And I wonder why it took so long to recognize this group of people. I think they did a fantastic job, and nobody hardly knows about it. But thanks to this film, you have an opportunity to check it out and see what was really going on. Back in the time where the during the war effort, the men were going off to war, the ladies were in the Women's Army Corps, and certainly black females just weren't given the opportunity as much, and just to prove themselves not only as women, but just as black women, of course. And so during this time, they managed to get the assignment, and they were pushed overseas to deal with a postal issue where the mail was in a big mess. It just was locked up in warehouses where nobody was getting it. And the men, it affected their morale in order to continue fighting. Of course, they had to do what they had to do, but they really needed that touch with the home base. And the families didn't know what was happening to their loved ones. If they were alive, if they were dead, they didn't know anything. So through a lot of trials and tribulations, they did manage to get the assignment. They were sent overseas, and they were given 6 months to straighten out this big mess, which was darn near impossible. Well, through their sheer perseverance and their leader, Charity Adams, they managed to overcome. And not only did they complete the task and the mission, but they did it in half the time. And so it really surprised me at how amazing these ladies were. Are you ready for the 6th Triple Eight Battalion? Check it out.
They did not send us because they thought we could do it. We are here because they are sure we cannot.
It was up to a group of young black women who wanted to serve while crossing racial barriers. The 6888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, nicknamed the 6th Triple Eight, was an all-black battalion of the Women's Army Corps. The 6th Triple Eight had 855 black women, both enlisted and officers, and was led by then-Captain Charity Adams. It was the only all-black, all-female WAC battalion that served overseas during World War II. The group motto was no male, low morale.
The women of the 6th Triple Eight Central Postal Directory Battalion were sent to Europe during World War II to complete a nearly impossible mission: deliver a backlog of roughly 17 million pieces of mail to U.S. soldiers and their families back home. They did it in 90 days.
You have to stand up straight. Posture is important.
But in 2018, 72 years later, a fitting monument was finally dedicated to those unsung heroes of World War II. In February 2019, the U.S. Army finally approved the Army Meritorious Unit Commendation for the 6th Triple Eight. And in 2021, the U.S. Senate passed legislation to grant a Congressional Gold Medal to the battalion. The Congressional Gold Medal is an award bestowed by the United States Congress as their highest expression of national appreciation for distinguished achievements and contributions by individuals or institutions. The House of Representatives is trying to gather enough votes to pass its companion bill and make the award official. The story of the 6th Triple Eight Postal Battalion will continue to be an inspiration to those who aspire greatness through their own achievements.
So there you have it. These ladies were amazing, and they're overdue their time to shine and for people to understand what they were all about and their contributions to World War II. So they through their efforts, they opened the door for not only women and black women at that hand, but also for all of us who came after them to have an opportunity to grow even more in the service. We had more opportunities, more chances to grow. So from all of us who have served and veterans, I want to personally say thank you for your service, ladies. And the ones who are still living, if they're still living, definitely to you, thank you so much for your service. And all I can say is you did it. You did a job. You did a Class A act. And we give you all the recognition. Thank you for your service. And God bless you.
And the way they marched, and the pride in which they marched, and the way the people were looking at them.
Unlike some other folks here, we have the most to prove. Now is where you show the proof. This is our mission. And we will not fail.